For this lesson, let's talk about percent of change. So usually whenever we do percent problems, we've been talking about that percent problems that use percent to describe part of a whole. For this lesson, we're going to use percent as an amount of change. So let's talk about like an increase and decrease. So for the cost of something, you can do, for an increase, you can do the original amount or number plus the amount of change to get the new number or new amount. Or we can do it as a decrease, and we can do the original amount minus the amount of change to give us the new amount. So we can also do ratio boxes for these percents of change with the increase and decrease, but we have to set it up a little bit different. So for the last ones, we were doing percent and actual count, right? And then we had some number here, another number here, and the total, which was 100, right? So that's how we were setting them up before. Now for our ratio boxes, we're going to do the percent still, which I will just do here, and actual count still, right? Oh, it's 3 layers, just like the other one. Now we're going to have our original number, our amount that we're changing, and our new amount. So this time our original is going to be at 100%, right? So on here, this is what we need to watch for, because our change can be positive or negative, right? So that changes, then that changes this number. Okay, so let's go ahead and do an example, right? Let's say the population increased, so we'll need to know that's a positive, increased 20% from 1990 to 2000. So if the population in 1990 was 110,000, what's the population in 2000? Population in 2000. Okay, so now let's do our ratio box. So we have our percent and actual count. Okay, and our original number, our change number, and our new number. Original amount, change amount, and new amount. So we're going to do 100%, our change is going to be positive. It increased 20%. So 20. So 100 plus 20% is 120%, right? And so we have our original population at 110,000. Now we want to know what the new population is. This number here. So here's change and new, right? We want to know the n. So, just like I've said before, so we need this line because it's got our numbers, both numbers filled in, and then we're looking for the new, so that's going to be this line. So this is going to be our ratio line. So now what we're going to solve is for n. So we have 100 over 120 equals 110,000 over n. Okay, now we can cross multiply here, which is the same as multiplying both bottoms, or both sides by both bottoms. So n and 120 and n times 120, those will cancel. These will cancel, so we have 100n equals 120 times 110,000. Which is 132 13 200, and then we'll divide that by our 100, or to get n by itself, or the reciprocal, just 1 over 100. Multiply, if we multiplied both sides by that, right? So we gotta balance the equation and do it on both sides. So then that gives us 132,000. So that will be our new population. That is our n. So that's how many people there are in the year 2000, right? Let's do a new example. Okay, so let's say the price of something was cut at 20%. So there's a 20% discount. Or let's just say 20% discount. There's a 20, well, let's do 25 because we just used 20 in the last one. A 25% discount on something that you're buying. Okay, so if the sale price, which is the final price, if the sale price is, let's do, like for a video game, is 40 to 50. I don't know. What's the original price? Okay, so let's do a ratio box. Here's percent, actual count. Okay, here is the original amount, change amount, new amount, And here's 100. Discount, that's going to be a minus change, so 25%. 100 minus 25 is 75. And so then we are looking for the original price. Here's the change amount, and we have our new price. The sale price is $42.50, right? But we want to know the original price. So since we're looking for original price, we're going to use that line and the two that we have filled in. So our ratio line is in the middle again. So now we have 100 over 75 equals original over sale price $42.50, right? So now let's cross multiply. Do 100 times 42.50, 4,250 equals 75. Oh, well, maybe that's the letter O. So let me change that now that I see that in the let's do original price as P for price. So now we'll multiply by 1 over 75, both sides, to get rid of the 75 and have P, the price, original price by itself. And what we do to one side of the equation, we do to the other to balance them. So these 75s cancel out. And 42.50 divided by 75 is going to give us $56.67. So that is the original price of the game. But now it's on sale for $42.50. All right. Okay, let's do another example. Okay, let's say that you bought a game at its original cost of let's do the original cost of this game was $65. All right, but now you want to resell it because it's rare and not everybody can get it. You want to resell it and mark up the price. Mark up the price. Let's do 50%. No, let's do 45. Let's do 35%. You're marking it up 35% because you want to make a little bit more money after, get more money back after selling it. Everyone wants to know, what is the price you're going to sell it at? Sell the game at. Okay, so now let's do our percent actual. Okay, so here's our original amount, change amount, new amount. Our change is positive, so 100 is the original. We're going up 35%, so we have 135%. The original amount is $65, right? here's the change amount, and this is how much you're gonna sell it for. Okay, so now we always pick the ones that are fully across filled in at the table, and then we're looking for the one, this sell price, what you're gonna sell it at. So now we have 100 over 135 equals 65 over your sell price. So let's go ahead and cross multiply. I want to show you how to do this two ways actually. So we have 100s equals 65 times 135, which is 8,775, divided by that 100. So our sale price is going to be $87.75. You could take the difference from how much you bought it at and your sale price to see how much you're gonna make here, which would also be the change. But so that's your sale price. Another thing you can do is that 100 over 135. Oops. No. Okay. Let's leave it. So that's the cross multiply, which is the same as if you did 100 over 135 equals 65 over s, which is the same as if you multiplied by the bottom on both sides. Cancels out, so you still have s 100s in 65 times 135. So the cross multiplication is just a little bit less writing, because then you're still dividing by 100 here to get your s as 87. Oops. 0.75, right? If we did want to know the amount that you were gonna make, how much money you were gonna make off of the game, we could do these two, right? Let's see, so now that would be 100 over 35 equals 65 over the change, right? So now we have, let's cross multiply, 100 change equals 65 times 35, which is 2,275, divided by 100, which will give us the change as 2275. So if you do go back and do the 87.75 minus the original amount of $65, you also get the 2275. So that is how much you're making. That's all I have for this lesson. Let me know if you have any questions.